July 30th, 2012, Monday. Back home, Midas only slept half of what a normal child did. Now that he was used to the time change and not tired from K-Tag, he woke far too early. He looked out his window and cleaned his room a bit. Out now seemed like it was a real punishment. I hope whatever coach I get does away with that stupid rule, he thought. I'm with you, this stinks, said a familiar voice in his head. Virtuoso, I'm going to tell the coach that you're stalking me. He thought back a little angry. Lighten up, you should feel complimented that of everyone here I like talking to you the most. A good compliment always helps defuse anger. Midas didn't feel very mad anymore. Can you tell how many kids are up? Well, it's 6 a.m. and I read about 2/3 are up. It's 0600. What? Oh, I get it. A kind of military time. Anyway, I read Hans's mind last night and found out what we're doing this week. Are you interested in knowing too? It wouldn't be like cheating on a test or something, would it? Nope, we're going to do the same things whether you know what they are or not. And knowing won't give you any special advantage, she thought to him. Then sure, why not? He shrugged when he said it as if she were in the room. Today, Track 2, that's my group, will be doing individual assessment. Track 1, that's you, will be doing your work if you have any. Tomorrow, both tracks do athletic testing. That's when we find out how much you can lift, how fast you can run, and stuff like that. That should take up the whole Tuesday. Hump Day is a big day. Is Hump Day supposed to be Wednesday? Yes, middle of the week. Uphill till Hump Day, then downhill to Friday. Don't kids at your high school use slang? Read my mind. Did I go to high school? Oh, I keep forgetting your age. You were getting set to go to 7th grade junior high. What grade were you going into? He thought to her. 10th. My parents started me out a year early because I was smart. A 4 according to their tests. From your memories, you're a 4 too. And you're smarter than most of the people I went to high school with. Why didn't your parents start you out earlier? You could have been in high school. My dad wanted me to develop social skills like my peers. He said one day I'll have to get along with people and I'll need those skills. One more thing, he thought to her and paused. Yeah? Stop going through my memories. If you keep that up, we won't be friends. In her room, Virtuoso was brushing her teeth. She stopped to make a bad face at the personal boundary she just crossed. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, your mental shield kicked up a little bit when you thought that. Not much, maybe a 1. 1? Powers are rated from 1 to 10. Right, IQ already gave me this talk. Do you want to know what's going on Hump Day? Yeah, you were saying Hump Day is a big day. Right, it's a few tests and a public proving of powers. Once the physical tests from the day before are posted, they have challenge combat matches. Check it out. The categories are hitters, stealths, and anchors. Everyone fights it out Wednesday? He said out loud rather than thinking. The shock of thinking that students would become gladiators so quick was a lot. Don't freak out, it's voluntary. If someone thinks they can raise their standings, they'll throw their hat in the ring for the challenge matches. There are one-on-one matches and a free-for-all category. I myself can't wait to see it. They all do one-on-one matches? No, anchors just have a free-for-all. Stealths do one-on-one and a sneak past detection challenge. Hitters have one-on-one and the free-for-all. And all these are voluntary? Why would someone want to do that? Standings, like I said, she thought to him. What does that matter? The coach with the best proven track record picks his team first. So the one who has proven to train teams the best gets the best students. At the end of 6 years, they get the most important assignments. It's no secret that the old New York team is slated to be retired in 6 years. I didn't know it, but then I never kept up on things like that, he thought to her. Well, they are the last holdover from the pre-HU teams. They have 15 members that are either older or served an apprenticeship under a hero on the New York team. They are to be replaced with a modern team in as little as 4 years, but most likely 6. We're on schedule to be done with Alpha then. So everyone wants on team number 1, and they're willing to fight it out to get that coach's attention. Right, remember yesterday the boy named Ranger that checked in? She thought to him. Yeah, you said his dad was Mason and he would be coach of team 2. Is Coach Hanson going to be one of the team coaches? Yep, she's the coach of the 7th team. Her being here early is like the low man on the totem pole. Wouldn't Team 8 coach be lower? He thought back. It's 8th coach, like in music, 1st chair and 2nd chair. And yes, but from Hanson's thoughts, 8th coach doesn't know the academy that well, like he's new. Makes sense. Hey, you didn't say it like that with the 1st chair yesterday. Didn't know. Still picking up on some things myself, she thought to him. Okay, what if 1st coach picks Ranger for his team? Special recruitment means the coach who recruited you is the only one who can pick you. I'm one of those. My HU rep said I was a special recruitment, he thought to her. Really? Mine never said anything. Do you know what coach I have? No, I don't think Hanson knows everything, she thought to him. What's the next day? Thursday is intelligence test for track 2. Then more challenges later. And before you ask, it's not fighting. It's flight and firing range challenges. The firing range is for kids who can throw fireballs, lightning bolts, power blasts, or whatever to compete. Flight challenges are speed and obstacle courses for flyers. It gives the coaches a chance to gauge speed and maneuverability. It's also mandatory for flyers. Awesome! I wish I could video something like that and send it home, he thought to her. Why not? When you get your secrets training, you'll understand. That's 2 hours after dinner starting on hump day. I didn't think that meant everyone. I thought it was a stealth thing, she thought to him. It's everyone. What's Friday? K-Tag, where the coaches go over our week's results. After lunch, we pack up our stuff and put it in the lobby. Then, during dinner, the coaches pick teams and we go off to our dorm rooms. You'll like K-Tag. It's a lot of fun. E-Out is going to be over in a few minutes and I want to take a shower first. So, how do I hang up? He thought to her. I have to get ready too, but we can keep talking. I'm not having a girl in my head while I'm in the shower. It's cool if you're wigged. I'll see you downstairs, she thought to him. He waited to see if she said anything else in his head. After a couple of minutes of trying to figure out if she was still there, he finally got into the shower. At 0700 promptly, he used the video phone in his room to call home. As the video phone connection was initializing, he went over the secrets rules in his head again. His family was on the other end of the video phone waiting for him to come on. Hello, my little superhero, his father said. Midas noticed that they were all waiting for his call. He smiled back at them and started to tell them about what happened to him yesterday. Later, when Midas stepped off the elevator, his feet felt light. He was always happier after he spoke to the people who loved him. He saw Jack, who had already had breakfast and was wolfing it down. Hungry? He said as he walked over to her. With her mouth half full, she said, I need to get to the dugout. The computers that run the pit are really complicated. We still need to set up everything for testing tomorrow. I'm done with my job. You need any help? She thought for a second and said, Show up after lunch. I'll need till then to get some stuff straightened out. Okay, I'll be there. She stood up and grabbed some food off her tray. I have so much to do. I'll bring you lunch so you don't have to leave. Thanks, you're a doll, she said with her face turned away as she headed for the door. I definitely got the easy job, he thought to himself. He smiled and hoped being 11 would get him some more perks. Midas looked around and noticed all the red shirts were eating quick or already gone. Even IQ took off as fast as he could to go study his secrets material more. Virtuoso came down and sat next to Midas as his food was arriving. She smiled at him and said she couldn't wait to be allowed to use her power to teleport. You can't teleport? He asked her. I teleport just fine. My HU rep said not until coaches say I can. Darkspeed came out of nowhere and sat down next to Midas. Since you're the only one who's been here a week, I was hoping you could tell me about this place. Sure. What do you want to know? Midas said. Well, for starters, who decides who gets invitations? I don't know. I can tell you how I got selected. That would be a good start, Darkspeed said. Well, I didn't know I had powers. Then there was this incident when my powers just fired off a couple weeks ago. The HU did some DNA testing and here I am. I can tell you how I got mine, Virtuoso said. Sure, I'd like to know, Darkspeed said. Well, my dad was a superhero with a team before the Coalition's war. He did it the old apprentice way. A few months ago, a super he used to know came to ask about me. They wanted to know my powers and how they were developing. From that, a few months later, I was invited to Alpha. Darkspeed looked like he was thinking about what was said when Midas interrupted his thoughts. You're not sure why you were invited? Midas said. No, I know why I'm here. I just wanted to know how and why they were keeping tabs on me. If you don't mind me asking, why the name Darkspeed? Virtuoso asked. I have the ability to control darkness, and I'm the fastest person that's ever been, Darkspeed said as he motioned for a bot to come and take his order. Virtuoso looked at him and wondered if what he said were true. After all, someone who brags about being strong or fast is usually bragging. But someone invited to Alpha because they are strong or fast is probably super strong or super fast. How fast are you? Midas asked him.